Alrighty, hello and welcome. It's a Saturday night, seriously hip invitational tournament extravaganza. We're on season 4 of this amazing tournament. If you haven't seen them before, you're missing out. We got some great games, some great people lined up for you. First up, we've got AngryLarry and Bentglasstube. And joining me on commentary for this race between AngryLarry and Bentglasstube, we have Link7. How you doing, buddy?
Doing well. What's going on there?
Not too much. Just about ready to go get underway here. Just need to do a couple more things, and we should be golden.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get the streams pulled up myself.
All right.
Like, BGT isn't up yet.
He's up for me. And we are just about ready to go. Waiting on BGT to be back, and we'll be underway here.
There it is.
Alright, so have you seen either AngryLarry or BGT play this game before?
I believe I have not.
Well, then we have no predictions whatsoever as to who's going to win, who's going to lose, and who's going to be the hero. And we are just about underway here.
You'll have to let me know if I come in ahead of you, because I am on the live streamer at this point.
Try to get them synced up here as best I can.
You have BGT exiting,
Yeah.
AngryLarry exiting. Tutorial.
Alright, so stage 1. You start out as a fat little penguin. The objective of the game is to drink all like the Slim Fasts in the world to get skinny and go fast and get the girl.
Yeah, and it's a little bit of a unique system in terms of you know, what you'd traditionally think of as lives and game overs.
Yeah, the game just revolving around like a timer, and then like really the only thing other than that slowing you down is being fat.
Yeah, and if you haven't played this before, it's a little confusing. If you finish the stage with your weight meter above the heart and you have a broken heart, it doesn't really give you a good indication of, you know, how that's wrong, other than that you just start the stage over.
Yeah, I was very surprised. I did my first playthrough of this today, actually, and I went from stage 2 to stage 2, and I didn't realize it. And I'm like, wow, stage 3 is really similar to stage 2, and then I realized, oh crap, it's the same stage over again, and that's when I figured out the meter thing.
It's like BGT pulled ahead a little bit here, and he's onto this first big auto-scroller. He'll be here for a while.
Yeah, for a game that only takes, you know, about 10 to 15 minutes to speedrun, having 2 auto-scrollers in it can be a little rough, but it's a cute game for sure. And the auto-scrollers aren't, like, terribly difficult or anything, but they can drag on a bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's got a couple little slightly confusing mechanics, but it's not a really hard game. The controls are pretty good. It's kind of a fun, you know, even the little story is funny, and I don't even read Japanese, so... really, really solid casual playthrough, and it's got a pretty hotly contested speedrun record.
Yeah, I do believe this was in the Big 20, so a lot of people got their hands on it.
Yeah, Big 20 number 6.
So Big 120.
Yeah.
So you'll notice BGT has picked up the missile power-up that Larry just picked up as well, and not only can you get that from picking up the H, similar to, I don't know, any normal shmup you'll see, but you can also get those by filling up your weight meter. It'll actually set your meter back a bit, but it'll give you missiles, and that's not used particularly in this stage because that power-up's there, but later on in the game it's a little bit important in the next auto-scroller.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not really necessary. It you know, it kind of makes things easier, especially in the second auto-scroller. But
and you'll notice BGT only has 27 seconds left. This is planned, so whenever a stage finishes, the amount of time it takes ticks down, like I guess once per frame, and so it wastes time to have extra time on the timer, but it can be a little scary when you hear that timer start dinging at you. You're like, oh boy, am I actually gonna make it? You know, BGC's down to 8 seconds, but he should be okay.
Yeah.
And down goes the pig guy.
They're both going for a mashing strat, it looks like.
Yeah, it's hard to... I found it really hard to time all the shots properly, but mashing's not so bad either, especially when you have the slower shots. I feel like it syncs up pretty well. And Larry is through the pig airship as well.
We're moving on to stage 3, the cake.
I really like this stage. I feel like there's a lot of execution here. Like, if this stage goes well, it feels really, really smooth to play.
Yeah.
And if it goes wrong, then you feel like a dummy. Looking good for BGT. He's making quick work of this one. And the penguin helicopter cap.
Kind of looks like Larry, he kind of knows what to watch out for, and he's kind of playing it safe, and that's really the main difference between the two at this point.
Larry taking it nice and slow, trying to avoid damage as much as possible, which, you know, isn't necessarily a bad thing at all. If I were playing this game, that's probably the approach I would take, and I'm probably the approach I'm going to take here in like an hour or so. And
yeah, quite a night of races we got. People seem to have put off the scheduling till the last minute as much as possible, and that makes for a great number of races between tonight and tomorrow.
Yep.
Like, if you like some YUME Penguin Monogatari, this is your weekend.
Yeah, this is definitely a seriously hip weekend for all involved. So you got BGT starting the auto-scroller stage 4.
Larry's got to watch out here. He took a couple apples. He needs to get a little slim before he finishes this boss. Or he'll be doing stage 2 over again.
He's not really getting any bottles either. I think he's in trouble. I'm not sure if he's just like waiting for the time to die out, or if he is.
I don't know. I think you actually need to like shoot the thing to get bottles.
I'm pretty sure. Yep, there he goes. But he killed it.
Yeah. So he's gonna be sad because he's going to be starting that stage over again.
It's definitely a pretty huge setback. I feel when you're too fat, man.
Yeah, and BGT's in kind of a heavy section of the stage 4 auto-scroller, right? I think your movement is quick enough and the enemies are slow enough that it's not maybe quite as hard as it looks with all the stuff on the screen. But
It can be, if you're not used to it, it's definitely a struggle. I know I'm definitely not comfortable going through that section yet. So it's certainly rough.
there are enough, you know, power-ups at the end of the stage here that if things don't go well there, it seems like you're just losing a little bit of time. It's not really that bad.
Not sure if Larry,
he paused, or is just his capture, or
I think he,
salty in chat or something?
I don't know. The verdict is out on that one. As let's see if BGT attempts the quick kill. No, he's just gonna try. Oh no.
Kind of doing a secondary, like a safe kill there. If you leave two of them alive, it goes through another cycle of the larger bird throwing stuff at you. Randy Savage, I think they were calling him, right?
I could see that with the sunglasses.
Yeah, I think that's the idea. I'm probably a lesser of the wrestling fans in these tournaments. I thought that was fitting.
Yeah, this can be a pretty rough stage. You fall in the water, your fat meter just
Stage 5,
skyrockets.
there's a lot of stuff to knock you into the water. And then you'll be sad like BGT is right now. He will be able to recover here. It'll probably cost him 45 seconds or 40 seconds or something like that.
And Larry's just gonna start over from the beginning.
Yeah, Larry's other problem there, when you start the next stage, your fat meter goes up a little bit at the beginning of the stage, and if you're used to going into that stage as the slim figure with the shooting, and then you walk up and you're doing kicks and you're a little unsure about what to do, I think maybe Larry's opting to start from the beginning instead. I think that's a matter of what you'd call backup strats. Obviously, you'd be faster just slowly going through the stage than starting the game over. If you don't know what you're doing or don't have a backup strat, then I guess you make another choice.
Alright, so BGT struggled a little bit against the pirate, missed one of the barrels, but is on to the final stage. And it's not really, you think of a final stage of a game, you think, it's long, arduous, all kinds of platforms, all kinds of stuff, but no, this one's really, really quick.
Yeah, useless ladder. This is the first jump that makes it across anyway. Makes the second jump. Taking that third jump really safe. He'll be moving on to the final boss here.
So this game actually does have a bad ending, where if you finish the final boss and your fat meter below that little heart, you get the bad ending. It gives you the option to either watch your girl disappear forever or repeat the stage, which is pretty funny.
Yeah.
Like if you're just fed up with the game, you're just like, no, get out of here, I don't need you anyway.
He's gonna have to collect some slim fast here to get back under that heart.
Yeah. Fortunately, it's not too difficult to do that in this fight.
Yeah, it's really just costing you time. You can basically two-cycle that boss. The power-up at the end.
And there you go, BGT's final time actually in 11:49. So your winner here, Bentglasstube. AngryLarry running into some problems in stage 3 and was not able to recover. And
I'm presuming by the cutscene there, we're probably going to end up with a forfeit out of Larry.
yeah, he has forfeited.